something. Something. Apothecary. The Nazarene was the master physician of his people. No other man knew as much of our bodies and of their elements and of their properties as this Philemon guy. He made whole those who were afflicted with those diseases unknown to the Greeks and the Egyptians. They say he even called back the dead to life. And whether this be true or not true, it declares his power. For only to him who has wrought great things is the greatest ever attributed. Okay, so it's Philemon talking about Jesus. That's it. Hello? They say also that Jesus visited India and the country between the two rivers, and that there the priest revealed to him the knowledge of all that is hidden in the recesses of our own flesh. Yet that knowledge may have been given him direct by the gods, and not to the priests, for that which has remained unknown to all men for an eon be disclosed to one man in but a moment, and Apollo may lay his hand on the heart of the obscure and make it wise. Many doors were opened to the Tyrians and the Sabans, and to this man also certain sealed doors were opened. He entered the temple of the soul, which is the body, and he beheld the evil spirits that conspire against our sinews, and also the good spirits that spin the threads thereof. Methinks it was by power of opposition and resistance that he healed the sick, but in a manner unknown to our philosophers. He astonished fever with a snow-like touch, and it retreated, and he surprised the hardened limbs with his own calm, and they yielded to him, and were at peace. He knew the ebbing sap within the furrowed bark, but how he reached the sap with his fingers I do not know. He knew the sound still underneath the rust, but now he freed the sword and made it shine, no man can tell. Sometimes it seems to me that he heard the murmuring pain of all things that grow in the sun, and that then he lifted them up and supported them, not only by his own knowledge, but also by disclosing to them their own power to rise and become whole. Yet he was not much concerned with himself as a physician. He was rather preoccupied with the religion and the politics of this land. And this I regret, for, for first of all things we must need to be sound of body. But these Syrians, when they are visited by an illness, seek an argument rather than medicine. And pity it is that the greatest of all their physicians chose rather to be a maker of speeches in the marketplace. A maker of speeches in the marketplace. And that's it. Simon, who was called Peter. I was on the shore of the lake of Galilee when I first beheld Jesus, my Lord and my Master. My brother Andrew was with me, and we were casting our net into the waters. The waves were rough and high, and we caught but few fish, and our hearts were heavy. Suddenly Jesus stood near us, as if he had taken form that very moment, for we had not seen him approaching. He called us by our names, and he said, "If you will follow me, I will lead you to an inlet where the fishes are swarming." And as I looked at his face, the net fell from my hands, for a flame kindled within me, and I recognized him. And my brother Andrew spoke and said, "We know all the inlets upon the shores, and we know also on a windy day like this the fish seek the depth beyond our nets." And Jesus answered, "Follow me to the shores of a greater sea. I shall make you fishers of men, and you and your net shall never be empty." And we abandoned our boat and our net, and we followed him. I myself was drawn by the power, viewless, that walked beside this person. I walked near him, breathless and full of wonder, and my brother Andrew was behind us, bewildered and amazed. And as we walked on the sand, I made bold and said unto him, "Sir, I and my brother will follow your footsteps, and where you go we will go too. But if it pleases you to come to our house this night, we shall be graced by your visit. Our house is not large, and our ceiling is not high, and you will sit at but large at a frugal meal.
Can you hand me a lighter?
Yet if you will abide in our hovel, it will be to us a palace."